What's up, everybody? This is Ben Martin with Where Are They Going podcast, episode 12. And I have a really cool guest on with me, although you can't see him right now. Tyler Thomas, say what's up.
What's that?
So let's just jump into these questions like we always do. When did you start playing basketball?
Probably since I could remember. It hasn't been a time where I can't remember a ball in my hands.
And why did you pick basketball over any other sport?
I actually did boxing and I did soccer. I did a lot of sports, but basketball, I don't know. I just kept with basketball. The other sports fell out. The love of the game. I couldn't just drop basketball.
And what position do you play, and why do you like playing that position over any other position?
I played the shooting guard position, and honestly, it's just because I can shoot a lot. I have the green light. I don't need no one really tells me what's a bad and good shot, so that's why I like playing my position.
And what do you do outside of basketball?
And outside of hoop, I mostly do music. I hang out with some friends. I like walking on beaches, finding new parks to go to. I like doing new things, but mostly I make music. That's the side hobby besides basketball.
That's interesting. And how do those other interests help you in basketball?
I think when you work so hard at something, like I work out for basketball like 3 or 4 times a day. So I think if you work so hard at something, sometimes you just need a mental break. So it kind of takes me away from it, and then I can lock in and focus just as sharp as before instead of like dwindling away.
So you're going to be supplying yourself with some pregame music in the future.
Maybe.
Biggest influence off the court?
Off the court, my mom and dad most likely, just because they raised me and they always had my back, always supported me with everything, and I kind of share a lot of their values and how they look on life. So most likely, my mom and dad.
And let's spin that question the other direction. Biggest influence on the court?
On the court, honestly, it's probably Kobe and his work ethic, but like I try to model my game after like CJ McCollum, Lou Williams, guys are like at that type of size and build. Didn't come from a big school, you know. That's the type of dudes that I model my game after. But the work ethic, the mindset, Kobe was my favorite player. So.
Favorite moment from basketball?
Definitely winning the semifinals at Amity. We were supposed to lose that game so far. So other than that, it's just the journey of playing basketball. Yeah, a lot of new people, a lot of cool people. So.
Yeah, I do have to say, you have to be hands down the best high school basketball player I've ever watched live. And that was my favorite season watching basketball at Amity, was watching you go up and absolutely dunk on kids and drop 20 to 30 a night. That was awesome.
I appreciate it.
Take me through the college decision process. I know this was a while ago for you, but still.
I hated the college decision process, honestly. I didn't get a lot of looks out of Amity because they said I ain't playing no competition. So I went to prep school for a year. I got a lot of D2 offers, and I got around 6 or 7 D1 offers. And I didn't play out my prep school season. So I don't know where I could have ended up if I played out. I went to Sacred Heart. It was my first visit, and I just committed the day after because I was sick of the recruitment process. I hated it.
And why did you pick Sacred Heart?
Well, I knew the coach would believe in my game. It's a guard-friendly offense, but besides basketball, I like being next to New York. It's a small school. I didn't want to go to a real big school at first. And I don't know, the group of guys we have now, I think I made the right decision.
And that kind of touches on the next question I'm going to ask you. Looking back on it now, was Sacred Heart the right choice for you?
I think so. I think I learned a lot. My freshman year had a lot of ups and downs. This year, a lot of guys left. They had a whole new team. I think what happened last year prepared me for this year, and I think moving forward, it should just keep going up.
Do you see yourself playing professionally?
Yes. The goal is the NBA, but I would play EuroLeague in Spain or any overseas. I would definitely play.
And what do you see yourself doing after college basketball, in addition to playing professionally,
After
or even after?
after professional, I wanted to be a sports psychologist. Dream world, I would circle back and work with D1 athletes or professional athletes at the highest level, and come back, probably make my own sports psychology firm in New York, therapy company in New York. That would be my plan A, just after professional basketball.
Yeah, that sounds really interesting. When Audrey came on here for episode 2, she was talking about the mental side of sports as well.
It's a big thing, I think.
I think this might be the most important question of the entire show. Advice to younger hoopers.
Advice to younger hoopers. The only advice is keep hooping. If you don't love the sport, it will eventually catch up to you. And the hard work shows. I've seen some terrible players be pretty good, even make a D1. So I just think if you put your head down and work, then the sky's the limit for whoever is playing.
Biggest strength in your game?
I can create my own shot without any problem at any time.
Now let's spin that the other direction. Biggest weakness in your game?
Weakness. I wouldn't consider it a weakness, but some people might. I deciding to pass the ball. That might be considered something, but that's more me.
Other schools make sure to use that clip. Favorite pregame meal and music?
Pre-game meal, always chicken and rice for me. Some type of chicken or rice. Pre-game music, Rick Ross, something by Rick Ross, like so sophisticated, something like that.
Any pregame superstitions?
No, I'm not a superstitious person. I just follow my same routine every game.
And what is that routine?
50 makes from the 25 makes from mid range, 25 makes from 3. Go back around another 25 makes from 3. A handle series, and then by that time we get into the stretching and warm ups.
That sounds like a lot for a lot of made shots for a pregame. And I know you kind of answered this question earlier, but favorite basketball player?
Kobe Bryant, by far. Easy.
And why?
I just think he brought so much to the game. Not even just his work ethic. I think he probably the closest athlete to master the game on the offensive end. I just think you can pick and choose what you want to learn from him. You can't do that with everybody. And I don't know. I just grew up watching Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy turnarounds, all the buzzer beaters. Like stayed up late night at 8 years old watching Kobe. So
yeah. And what nicknames do you have, and what's the origin behind those?
I only have 2 real nicknames, but one's kind of funny to me. One, Show Out Ty. It's my Instagram handle. I don't know. I think my man Greek came up with it at the gym because his nickname was Showtime Reek. And I was like, I'm Show Out Ty then because I'm just Show Out. He goes, you should use that. And so I just threw it up as a joke on my Instagram handle and kind of stuck sometimes. And the other nickname was just Ty because Tyler Ty. It's easy.
Mm-hmm. And then there's one more question I had for you here. What has a college basketball season been like this year with COVID? Because I know there's probably a lot of restrictions and protocols that are put in place.
You're never in shape. At least we got shut down like 4 times, so you're never in shape, really. That was the biggest thing. But I think we handled it well with COVID. No one got down. We had a great season. for our expectations, and as long as we stayed together, we played well. It was just that the quarantines was it's kind of hard to stay in shape if you're not doing anything, you know.
Exactly. So that was the last question I had, other than this one that I ask every single episode. Who do you want to see on the series next?
Pat Winkle. Do AC or Aaron Clark on my team too, technically.
Okay. Well,
There's two.
this has been episode 12 with Tyler Thomas. Come back next week and we'll have somebody else on here. Thanks again, Ty. This was really a pleasure.
No problem.